Here we are, finally met Simon. Lovely to meet you. Simon's just got here this morning with his daughter. As you can see, unloading all the gear now. Organised the trencher, but we're excited. We're ready to go. This is a big step in what we do in our off-gridding, and this was the final step. So, yeah, we're very excited to be here. Can't wait for probably Tuesday when we're going to turn it on, and we'll be off the grid. On the Monday, we're going to be going live. Any questions, any queries, anything you'd like to know, great opportunity to speak to the owner here, all right? Licensed Sparky as well.
No worries. Well, really looking forward to doing this. This will be the first time doing an install live.
Yeah.
So if any of you are actually curious about what goes into it, when you're watching the live, it prompts questions. Ask your questions in the chat. They're going to be monitored. So if you've got anything you want to ask, I'm happy to answer anything. The answer may be, let me get back to you if you have curly questions, but after nearly 16 years of doing this, I should be able to answer most things. So it's going to be pretty cool because just the layout here, the system that we've got, I think it's going to be pretty entertaining for those of you watching. And my favourite part is going to be the end of Tuesday when we finally connect everything together. We turn it on and go, there's your off-grid system.
I cannot wait.
That's going to be the really cool part. That's what makes my day.
100%, yeah. And to our second page, the homesteaders in Tasmania. Guys, you've got the same mindset. Simon's here, always experienced, yeah. Any solar questions? Yep, as he said, we're going to interact. Send them to Lisa in the comments and, yeah, we'll get the answers happening for you. Morning, Simon. How are you? Excellent, mate. Here we are, version 4 of the digger. I've given in. It didn't work. I've had to do a little bit of crowbar, but look what Simon's brought along. So, yeah, this is a grin. I'm happy. Here we are. So what do you reckon, Simon? What are we doing today, mate?
I reckon we'll make a hole in the ground and we'll fill it back in so nobody knows we were there.
No, that's what I done last week.
Yeah,
no.
We'll spend 6 hours and nobody will know we did anything. So, no, look, we'll end up getting the trench in. We'll get a lot of the gear in place. We'll get a lot of the framework in place. And, that gives us a good run ready for tomorrow and happy days.
And Tassie's turned on yesterday, believe it or not. There was a bit of hail around, but look at these blue skies, no wind, not too hot.
Crazy.
Ready to go, hey?
I'm glad you set it up nicely for me. I was concerned.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
Done.
Put the water pipes in before you guys bought the place. Thanks for the map. So now we do the unenviable part of almost every underground job is when you hit something, you then have to repair it. The trick with this is, because we've cut through this way, you can see the pipe, and so you assume the pipe runs across almost 90 degrees. But if you look at the offset from this side to this side, the pipe's actually on more of a 45 than a 90. So the reason that's important, when you go to dig out and excavate around that pipe so we can fix it, if I cut through here on either side, I'll hit it again here. And we'll forever be chasing our second hits. So you've got to try and work out actually where it's sitting. So what we'll do, that rock can actually stay there, and we will cut 2 trenches either side. Because it throws all our dirt on the right hand side, we'll start on the right hand side one, then we'll cut the left hand side one. 2 channels either side, then we'll just break out the middle, which makes it really easy. We don't have to really dig it. That'll expose the pipe, and then we need to do to fix it.
It was a good one. It wasn't a natural gas. There was no explosion. It wasn't electricity, so we don't have to call the electricity board. This was only a self-put-in poly tube, and because we've been here so long now, we've actually got all the stuff on site to repair it. So yeah, when Simon puts his trench in for me, this ain't a big deal. So as far as mistakes were made, little stuff ups go, this was a good one to have.
Yeah.
So yeah, and once his trench is going, You know, that'll be 5 minutes of ripping. I'll go get some tube. I've got 2 connectors, and like it never happened, so that was good. Okay, so Simon's here. He's from DCI Industries. They're the company who sold us our solar our solar system. Today's the day where Simon's come down and we're actually installing it. I started to trench this myself before with a homemade tool, but it was undersized and it was insufficient. And as soon as Simon seen it in the nicest possible way, he said, "No, this ain't going to do." So we postponed the job until Monday morning. Gave a chance to Simon to get that machine, and so we've now trenched to a depth of 600 mil, which is the Australian standards for our conduit. We've dropped the conduit in now and we're backfilling, but as we were doing the job, because I didn't know, because Lisa and I have just recently bought it and there's no maps or anything as such, there was a poly tube, just a 50 mil poly tube, which is what we use to get water from our tanks to the house. And of course, as this machine's dug through with its metal chain, Simon just said, "Oh, is there a hose here?" And I'm not sure. And we had a look and we've seen the water in there. So yeah, so that's what we're doing now. He's just went back and cleared it out for us, so we got a little bit of work room.
So you're repairing some pipes that we didn't know about on the homestead.
We didn't know, and it's one of those things where, as soon as you've done it, you know. As soon as you break glass, it's broken and it's done, and you hear the noise and whatnot.
And how good is it? How good is it? It's our tank water. It's not on the mains water, so it was easy to fix.
Yeah, one advantage, we didn't have to call the Tas water, and it wasn't a gas main, which could have meant a fire, or it wasn't electricity, so no one got electrocuted. It was only some poly tube, and now the job's been dug out. I've got some connectors here. It's just a quick fix, join a couple of connectors, and it was like we were never here. But one of my favourite things I get to say again is, and I should be embarrassed about this, but I'm too old to care. Mistakes were made, but yeah, we fixed it. Didn't take us long.
Hey,
I feel guilty
a positive though. We know now there's another pipe we can tap into. We didn't know about this tap.
We didn't know, did we? Yeah.
No.
The plan today, I'm pretty sure after we've done this, Simon's mentioned, we're going to put the bucket back on the skid there. Oh, not the skid, on the little digger. We'll backfill this. 2 of us are going to manhandle the cabinet, which he's done at the factory, and he pre-wires that and pre-test all of that, and that's got our inverters and our batteries in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Simon.
You're good.
No, that's good, yeah. We're going to put that on the concrete pads, which I prepared a week ago, because concrete takes a while to cure. So we'll get the cabinet on there, the cable's done, which is the most manual labour, and then we just got the solar panels on the roof. 12 panels we're getting, Simon.
That is correct.
12 panels, and and that's going to be all the preparatory work we're doing today. And when I say we, watching the man shovel, Simon's doing today. And then tomorrow, all things being equal,
a lot more time for Q&As, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll finish up, mate. Yep. I've done the talking. You do what you want. And, mate, after you put your tape down, put the bucket on. I'll be slower than you, but you can start on some other stuff, you know what I mean?
No, that's fine.
Well, you've done it. That's it, mate.
Yep.
We're done. Good job.
Nice. Really good lesson for people, actually.
Yep.
Making sure you have isolation points for all of your services.
Yeah.
Electricity, water, gas. You need the ability to isolate things in an emergency.
In an emergency, that's it.
If this had just been plumbed in, because the tank was empty when it went in, so put all the pipe in with no water, the tank fills up, then you burst the pipe.
Yep.
That doesn't stop till your tank's empty.
Yeah. So
Electricity, we use circuit breakers, use your stopcocks for your plumbing stuff. Just make sure you've got isolation so that you can't prevent things from going bad a lot of the time. They're accidents. Accidents happen.
100%.
You need to be able to deal with it in a efficient manner when they do. So Well done for having it set up right.
I've kind of been wanting to drive this all morning.
Yeah,
I didn't want to
you've
do
had
the
your eye on
trenching
it.
because there's rocks and there's pipes and it's dangerous and it's hard. But once you put the bucket back on, I have to get it back through all this. So bit of fun. And plus, I am meant to be helping Simon. This is the labourer's job. Sparky's got some sparking to do. And he's just going to give us a quick rundown. Not only me, you guys, of how it works. Come over with
Yeah, they're great fun to play with.
All right, yep, got ya, go.
Your two big fellas here, they are forward and reverse for each side.
Okay.
So this is what they call skid steer.
Yep.
So it's either forward or reverse, there's no steering wheel.
Yep.
So
if I want to steer.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
And you'll notice how it works. They can be pretty jumpy because they're hydraulic drive.
Yep.
So you can go from naught to flat out just by pushing it forward with your thumb.
Okay,
So if you hit a bump and lean forward, the thing can lurch sideways and throw you off the back.
Okay.
Which is why you have a dead man switch on that
Okay.
platform. If you fall off, the thing will stop.
Okay.
The motor will keep running, but the hydraulics will stop. Little lever down here,
Yep.
neutral forward reverse, that is your PTO drive.
Yep.
So that's what we were using to drive the trenching machine.
Not a clip water bucket.
No.
So I don't worry about that. Lovely.
So then you have multiple controls on the bucket itself. It's a what they call a four-way bucket. It'll actually open
Yeah.
the bucket at the
Same
bottom.
as
We
what
don't
I've
really
got.
need to deal with that.
Yep.
You've got two actuators, which are your closest two
Yep.
paddles here.
Yep.
That's going to give you your up and down.
Yep.
So one's going to give you your tilt
Yep.
back and forward, and the other one's going to be the arm up and down.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
combination of the two to try and get it level.
Get your angles right. Yep.
Obviously, one of the things that you will find challenging on rough terrain, this driveway's not bad. Once you drop that bucket down, and you've got the weight of nearly a ton of machine behind it, and you're pushing forward, if your bucket's tilted down or you drop a wheel into a hole, that's going to dig into the ground and dig a great big divot out.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
So, one thing to watch on these, that's your speed.
Yep. Yep.
So that is going to be speed of hydraulics.
Yep.
So
Oh.
that's your engine speed,
Yep.
equals speed of hydraulics.
Okay. So that's connected.
So that will make your wheels go faster, but it'll also make all of your actuations happen
more
faster.
responsive. Okay.
So if you keep it fairly well down near turtle,
I'll be going slow.
Yep. You'll have to come up a little bit or you can stall it.
Yep.
But that
Sure.
means everything's going to move a bit slower as you try to drive it.
Yep. Yep. Cool.
Outside of that,
Yeah.
starting is simply start to on,
Yep.
hold to glow.
Mhm.
You're already off the ground, so have a go with the controls first and forward and reverse.
Yeah.
Right. Feel how jumpy it will let you. So that's why those grab handles are there, so you can hold that and just manipulate your thumb.
Yep. Yep.
Try and jump hold those two, they'll be all over the jump. That's down.
They've got tilt on the other side. Yep. Tilt. Tilt. Yep. Tilt. Down up here. Yep. And my forward is here, and my steering is here.
Yep.
And I'm happy.
So what we want to do with this, we're doing the trenches. Remember, we only want to put half the dirt in, but we want to take it through.
Oh, see, I've actually got to be a bit accurate here. I'm going to push this top part
You want
in,
to tilt the top off?
and you come through with the tape, and then we'll, okay, yep.
So you've got dirt in to about there, so you can start from about there and start working your way along.
Okay, mate, lovely. Yes, slowly, when I get used to it. I'm a bit angry at Simon. He's had all the fun all morning. I thought he was working. As it turns out, he's been playing.
You've got to enjoy your work.
Hey.
You've got to enjoy your work.
Sweet. Ooh, okay.
So we're back to manual.
So, yeah, well, I actually couldn't see from the cockpit as I was
Yeah,
driving.
too hard to see into the
Yeah.
screen.
Simon only wanted 300 mil, and I've actually done 500. So
Oh dear.
he's delegated me off the machine. The reason I'm doing it manually is, when you're driving, it's very hard to see how much dirt and stuff you're putting into the hole. Simon just come and inspected it, and I've actually 500 deep. I've filled 500 mil because I'm inexperienced and I can't see. I've put too much in. We need to put an orange barrier tape so the next person's got a visual indication. So Simon said, get off the machine, just use the shovel, give me 200 mil, then we'll put our tape. After we've got the 200 mil, then I can jump back on the machine. But I've stopped because I was a bit ambitious and I went too much.
The other reason we do it by hand is a lot easier to put dirt in a hole than take it out. Literally just
Getting our solar installed today. The big part is the manual intensive part is from our cabinet, which is going to be over there in the shade, getting the supply to the meter board. So Australian standard says we've got to go 600 deep. We've done that. Put our conduit in there now. Simon's run the cable, and now we're just backfilling it about halfway because we've got to put a visual tape. So the next person that comes along, they'll be notified there's services here, so you won't go through and accidentally chew out what we chewed out. And a bit different too when you're on a farm and you're playing with water through poly tube and it's only 50 mil, and the worst case scenario is you might lose some water out of your tank. This is 240 volts, isn't it, Simon?
yes, it is.
So yeah, from the cabinet to our house will be 240 volts, so different story, a whole lot more serious. That's why we're putting in the barrier tape, and that's why we're forced to go so deep. But all part of the job, isn't it, Simon?
It is. So we don't mind our customers calling us back.
No.
We
Yeah.
prefer not to be the coroner.
Well, yeah, that's it, eh? And you do it right and you avoid all this, don't you, hey?
Exactly.
Yeah. What Simon's just done, guys, he's putting the orange barrier, not barrier, the safety tape in now. It's just a visual deterrent that if somebody does come along with a digger, next time they see the orange, and common sense gets them to slow down, stop, and investigate further. But if you ever see this stuff in the ground, you know that there's some cabling underneath it. And obviously electrical cables, you've got to be very careful you don't have any accidents with that. And what I'm doing in this little section here, the ripper, we tore through this poly tube. I've just got to repair this because then I've got to put water back into the house. So this is what we've done with a bit of poly tube like this buried under the ground. Obviously we've come along and our chainsaws ripped it through there. So I've just cut out this section. I cut it at a manageable length for me. I've got to put a connector on one end and a connector on the other end, a bit of pipe in the middle. I'll run up to the tank, I'll put the water on, we make sure it's dry, and then we bury that, and that's the repair done. What's my warranty, Simon? What's the warranty? What do I get? Get you involved.
Well, it depends how much I like it. No, this has got a, when we say warranty, what we talk about is the least warranted component of your major components. So, of your battery, your inverter, and your solar. So when we sell these and we advertise, we don't do what a lot of people do and find the highest warranty and say, oh, it comes with a 30-year warranty. Caveat, it's only on one part.
Okay, yep.
We go, okay, what's the least?
Yep.
Standard warranty on the inverter is 5 years, so we say this system has a 5-year warranty.
Yep.
Now, it has the ability to get, you can pay for extended warranty to get it to 10. Your batteries come with 10.
Yep.
And your panels come with 30.
30 years.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go.
That is your warranties on your system.
Yep.
But primarily, I am solely against mismarketing and conning people. So I tell everybody these systems have a 5-year warranty.
5-year warranty. All right, guys, 5-year warranty. That's where we're at.
And it's peace of mind. Like, they're a phone call away. You guys are a phone call away. Like, I feel comfortable enough if I need help.
That's right.
To give you guys a call.
People don't realise this until you get to probably the 5-year mark of having a system, is realising how important it is to have the company that you bought the system from and that you got to install it, to be able to come back and fix a problem and like show up.
And be still around.
Yeah, that's... I literally made a long form video that will go up probably in a week or so once it's edited out, explaining exactly that. When people come along to any business, doesn't matter what the business is, but if you come along and say, oh, I want to squeeze every last cent out of them and get them down to the lowest price.
That's not the way to go, is it?
That's fine for you today, and then when you need them in 5 years, they won't be here because everyone screwed them down and they couldn't run the business.
Yep.
That's
so
it.
You've got to realise that being able to support the people who actually work for you and do, whatever it is for you, help them out as much as you can. Everyone's on social media these days. Drop them a comment, drop them a like. It doesn't cost anything and helps them reach new people, which helps them get more customers and stay in business. That's helping you because in 5 years from now, when you go, oh, damn it, I need that guy, it's actually still there.
Still around.
Yeah.
People just don't tend to think that far ahead. They just think, what can I get today?
Yeah.
So have a little bit of a think. Any trade, any person you work with, your builder, your plumber, whoever.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So So quick update, guys. Our repair's been done. I've put the 2 connectors in. I put a little bit of poly tube in between it. Quite confident that's been okay. But when we put another 300 mil on it, backfill it, I won't be able to check. So going to go up to the tank now. I'm going to turn it on, make sure it's not leaking while I've still got access to it all. And once I see it not leaking, then we can backfill it in its entirety. Because I wouldn't want to come back, you know, in 2 weeks' time when there's a pool or there's a marsh boggy here now because I didn't check
on
it.
top of live wire.
Yeah, on top of conduit. So I've got to run up now and check this.
Awesome. So
I'm kind of shocked that this has happened, but you can see the new pipe has actually got a split in it. So yeah, not unheard of, but uncommon for a brand new pipe to have a split in it. But yeah, real quick fix now. Pull out that section, cut a new section, go and test it again.
I'll go up, darling. I'll turn it on when you're ready, yeah?
Maybe you take the CB.
Yeah.
So,
no more promises. We're at 5,400 already. Yeah,
okay.
no more silly promises,
Okay.
Bob. This has been live for the last nearly hour now.
Yeah, that's cool.
6,000
An
likes.
hour?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You guys have already been an hour since we started up, so it just flies. Nearly 6,000 likes, guys.
No, we're good. How many years you been a Sparky now?
So I've been qualified for 16 years.
16 years, okay.
And consequently, DCI has been a business for 16 years.
And DCI needs special solar accreditation
So,
or just your A grade?
no, so if you're doing solar, there's actually levels of solar accreditation on top of being an electrician.
Yep.
So to get where I've got to now, 4-year apprenticeship and then your capstone exam will get you to be a qualified electrician.
Yep.
Once you're qualified, you can then go and do your solar accreditation. You have to do your grid connection certification first.
Oh, okay. Copy that.
Yeah, so once you've done your grid connect certification, then you've got to do your hybrid certification, and then you can do your off-grid certification.
How many years for all those certifications?
Look, you can go, once you're qualified, you can go through all 3 of those in about 3 weeks.
Oh, okay, yep.
3 to 4 weeks, but it's like full-time 3 to 4 weeks of intensive. It's about $12,500 worth of course cost,
Oh, wow.
and a full 3 weeks away from the business. So
Okay.
it's a big commitment from an employer to put an employee through it.
Yep.
Obviously, I did it as my own business. But,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a bit to it.
No, that's it. Oh, well, thanks for the update. At least you can go full beans on that. That's not leaking anywhere. Open that cock fully, please. Because we've had we'll call it a main here, a burst main. Oxygen's been introduced into the system, which means there'll be air in the house. So what I'll do now, I'll just go in and open up the kitchen faucet and, tap in Australia, the kitchen tap and the bathroom tap. So that when Lisa turns them on later, or the rush of air as it gets out, they'll be gone, so she won't have to worry about that. And then when I come back, I get to jump on the toy and backfill all this. So, yeah, and Simon's over there working, so he's putting up the conduit and doing a whole lot of electrical work, so going good.
This is the less than sexy part of doing any work. It's all the behind the scenes stuff. It's all, like this literally is all going to be covered up by the unit.
Yep.
Because why we're putting it in now? Because once we put the unit in, you know, just the little things of still trying to make it square, still trying to make it neat, even though nobody will see it. This is the difference between, if you're just looking at somebody's work, you go, do they actually care? Are they doing a good job?
trade
the
quality.
bits that are hard to see should still be done well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's a bit of a giveaway if you are looking at somebody's work as to how much they actually care. But yeah, this is like you say, the bit that nobody really sees is having to put all this together. So what we're doing here, top two lines here for our solar. So they're our DC cable. That's going to run all the power from the solar panels into the unit.
Mm-hmm.
Unit will sit on here and cover all that up, and you basically won't see this again. But what we have is all of our connections come around to this side of the unit. So we're going to have all our cables in place, then we'll put the unit in. Then when we go to hook everything up, everything's there and it makes our job much easier.
Nice.
This takes a little bit of, I guess, thinking through. You've got to envisage what that's going to look like with the unit over it. Go, okay, if that's there, I'm not going to be able to get my arm around there, so I need to get that done first. It's thinking through your project, and it saves you untold misery on the other side if you do it this way around. So,
What's that bottom one for?
bottom one here is to make this man over here smile. So this here is going to run a double power point out here.
Oh, wow.
Off that power
Bonus.
point is going to be usable power for the workshop area here.
Awesome.
And we're going to take one of those to run a Wi-Fi range extender.
Oh,
So that you can
wow.
connect this to your internet.
Yeah.
And you can monitor your system on an app on your phone.
Yeah.
Whether you're at home, whether you're in town, you can see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It's also brilliant from the point of view that if we have anything ever go wrong with the system,
You can
it's a
access
data log
it.
of everything that's happened in its
Yeah.
history, and it records any errors or faults or readings that the system's producing. So we can see, oh, for the last 3 days you produced X amount of power for, for the average days. It was another sunny day and you've produced half. I think we have an issue with the solar. So
Didn't
we
even
can look
know
at
that.
kind of data on the back end, and we can see it from the office when we're off site. So it just helps us being able to help look after you in time to come.
Bonus. Didn't even think of that. The Wi-Fi extender, the extra port. You had the biggest smile on your
Yeah,
face.
Simon and I discussed it.
Yeah.
He knew that I was running the extension cords, and he said he would put a GPO there, which is awesome for me. But just on that, yeah, this is all the behind-the-scenes stuff that takes a lot of the time, which nobody notices. I, for one, wasn't aware how many cables Simon was going to put in, so that spun me out a little bit. But yeah, and he's got his conduits up here as well, and he's got the corrie around the post there, and he started the roughing for the solar panel. So you're definitely getting there, mate, but that was very technical. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you
And
did
it is definitely behind the scenes. We don't get to normally see this stuff, do we?
Yeah, look, and it's
Yeah.
fun too. So even customers who are interested don't tend to stand around all day watching you put conduit together, because it's like, this is watching paint dry. But this is what it takes to put everything together so the end result works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good one. Plenty of info, mate. Good part of the day now, coming up to probably 3 o'clock. Simon and I, we've got the conduit in and we've backfilled that. Now it's a bit of car park management room. Simon's about to put our digger back onto the trailer. Then he's going to find somewhere out of the way when that's all strapped down, because then we're going to hitch the trailer, which has got the cabinet on it, and then we're going to back that up over to the concrete slab. And then I think the only other job Simon's going to do, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I think he just wants to get the start of the frames up on the roof, so then tomorrow he's got a real easy day. Is that right, Simon?
That's pretty much the
Running on time to get up there today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah. So yeah, the conduit's in, the cabinet will be in its position. We've done a lot of the behind the scenes cabling there, run a lot of the conduit, car park management now.
functioning off-grid system. I can turn this on, and I will turn it on, actually to prove a point, because everyone's seen this go live. You've
Yes.
seen it just come off the trailer
Yes.
and be unwrapped.
Unboxing.
Powered tool of some sort, or a light.
How exciting, guys. You guys are watching this first round with us.
Get you a jigsaw here, mate.
Lovely. Something that consumes power that we can show that this makes a noise with. So what I'm going to do, I'll open it up, I'll go through and just turn everything on and then show you the power coming out of the outlet, because this is one of the things that makes these systems what they are.
Plug and play.
So no power because it's not turned on.
Yep.
So when we say that we pre-build these and test them in the workshop, this is a fully functioning off-grid system minus solar panels. Literally everything else is done. So I'll run you through that.
Oh.
Oh my God, this is sexy. Okay. Lisa,
So
come
that
over here, sweetheart.
So
Oh, wow.
we go on,
There's your batteries, yeah.
on.
Oh, wow. The likes have just jumped up crazy,
It's a sexy looking machine,
isn't it? Lisa, come and see what's in the box, sweetheart. This is what Daddy builds. Do you want to come up here? Yep. All right. Look at this. Daddy's going to explain it all. 2,300 likes. Wow. All right. Everyone wants to see. Wow. Plug and play. This literally came off the trailer.
So you're under a, if you really wanted to power through it, you're under a minute from off the back of the trailer to a fully functioning off-grid system.
Yeah, yeah.
So when a lot of other places out there will do a partial, they will do pre-assembled, but you've still got a day on site to build everything, connect it, program it. This is done.
Yeah, it's done, yeah.
So literally, we've run these cables. All we now need to do is terminate the cables onto this side here. So this becomes our main power. That's going to go into...
How flash does the unit?
Oh my God, it's sexy. Such a nice unit.
We run one of these industrial plugs. We're going to connect that to this cable. That becomes your main power coming out of the system.
Yep.
So again, if for some reason this ever needed to be moved, everything is plug connections.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So let's say, for example, there's a bushfire coming through and you're like, you know, we've got a day to pack up as much stuff as we can. We want to take the power system. You can
Oh,
unplug
wow.
this yourself, pull it onto a trailer and get it out of here.
Oh, wow.
Solar is the same, generator is the same, they're all plug connections. So that is your system. And as far as maintenance goes, there is a cooling fan down on this side. Once the internal temperature gets above 25 degrees, it will pull the fan on and draw cool air.
You thought of everything, haven't you?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
In doing that, it's obviously then going to help keep everything cool. Has a second thermostat in it. If for some reason that fails, the fan gets jammed up, plastic bag gets sucked over the intake and it gets too hot inside. If it hits 50-degree internal temperature, we'll actually disconnect the outgoing power so it stops having to work so hard. So it'll let the temperature drop back down.
Oh my God,
So
the
that your system
questions.
doesn't do a ton of work when it's at really high temperatures, because that's where you'll do damage.
The questions are coming and I can't read it in time. Hey everyone, Q&A is coming up soon in 10-15 minutes. This is just Simon showing the system, showing off his awesome system, and then we'll do all the questions. There's like 10 questions that have just popped up since they've seen this.
We don't lose them off the screen.
Oh, I don't know. Guys, you might need to ask these questions again in about 10 minutes, but at the moment Simon's showing us. Yeah, I can't read it. It's going up too fast. They're like scrolling up now. All of a sudden, they're loving it. They're seeing this and they're loving it.
Well, look, DCI Industry guys, what's your email, Simon, so they can contact you direct?
So just info@dciindustries.com.au.
And this will be the man who'll be answering all the questions for you.
So
we're going to try and get to them, but obviously,
this is blowing up, Simon.
cool.
So you keep talking, Simon. What else you got?
Yeah.
So just to run through the system itself, this is the baby of our systems. A lot of people who are familiar with off-grid are familiar with Victron. A lot of people have it in their four-wheel drives. It's pretty solid gear. Victron has a couple of downsides. One of the ones is most people don't realise this inverter, or the multi-plus inverter that's inside. If you want to, that's a 5 kilowatt unit. you want to expand 5 years from now and put a second 5 kilowatt unit, it has the functionality to do what they call master slave.
Yep.
One controls it, the other one just becomes additional capacity.
Yep.
Victron have a tech note saying that if the two inverters that you put together are more than 6 months apart on their build date, they won't guarantee that the two inverters will work together.
Okay.
So what happens is people build these systems, go to expand them, and find out they've now got 2 useless inverters.
Yeah.
And it's a little known thing that most people don't find out till it's too late.
Yeah.
So for us, we only offer this in this single inverter configuration. All of our larger systems, we use the SMA AC coupled inverter system.
Okay. And they're both being manufactured within 6 months, so you haven't got a problem.
So no, with the SMA stuff, doesn't matter.
Okay.
We can connect stuff that's 10 years old to brand new gear in SMA and not have an issue.
Yep.
Victron just has a couple of these limitations that unless you know, it can catch you out.
Yeah.
So much of what we do with these systems is making sure that all the issues that are about to come up in 3 to 5 years are taken care of now.
Yep.
The reason this is in a solid box with stainless steel meshing and grills and vents, one of the biggest things that kills off-grid systems is mud wasps.
Oh, yeah.
You get the mud wasps into your heat sinks,
Yeah.
stops all the cooling.
Yeah.
Your equipment overheats. They get into,
Yeah.
like this tiny little detail which most people wouldn't pick up on. We put little rubber stoppers in all the spare data ports on the batteries.
Ah.
If you get a mud wasp in there, because what they use is their saliva and mud, and it's wet, it will short out the pins, create a short on the batteries, which can damage the BMS inside the battery. Now you've got a toasted battery because one little bug got in there.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So people don't realise the damage that happens from insects. The other reason it's in a box like this is, okay, maybe a rodent gets onto that, that's a replaceable piece of cable we can deal with.
Yeah.
If the rodents get into here and damage some of this, we've got to strip the whole system down to rebuild stuff.
Yeah.
So inside this box, you're not getting rodents into it. If you have an ant issue, you can just put some ant rid underneath and inside the box and deal with the ants. That's probably your biggest issue. Again, ants can build up. They go somewhere warm in winter.
Yeah.
They get up into your inverter, build nests up in the back of it, hook them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
These are the things that people don't think of when they go and do installs. They just bolt it to the wall out in the shed here, and then 2 years later go, I don't know why my system's not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff. So the idea of building them the way we do is that they are as bulletproof as we can make them. Because at the end of the day, this is exciting now,
Yeah.
but 12 months from now, it's just the yellow box that sits out on the edge of the shed.
Yeah.
You don't want to be out here every day going, is it still working? Oh, what does that light mean? Oh, that crapped out again.
Yeah.
You want to go on, you've got so much other stuff to do here, you don't want to be babysitting a solar system.
No.
So we want to build it so that you don't have to. And that's what this is.
Now, quick question. Have I got 2 inverters or have I got 1?
So,
It's
you
got
have
built in.
you have 2 pieces of equipment
Yes.
inside the Victron Easy Solar, which is what this is.
Yep.
You have a multi-plus inverter,
Yep.
and you have a charge controller.
Yep.
Charge controller converts your solar panel to battery charge voltage energy.
Yep.
So it's converting down to the batteries.
Yes.
Then you have an inverter that comes off the battery,
Yep.
back out and creates your 240 volt power.
To the house, yeah.
Multi-plus inverter means it has a second input, which is generator power in, and it will let some power go across to your house
Yeah.
and some go to the battery charging.
Okay. Yep. So
And it manages that generator
Yep.
side
Okay.
of things.
Lovely.
So again, it's a pre-built, preset,
Yeah.
pre-programmed unit.
Yeah.
All you need to do is connect it.
Yeah.
And so you can run an auto start generator off these.
Yep.
Which basically means there's a trigger wire on here that goes to the generator.
Yep.
If the generator has a 2-wire auto start module,
Drops low. Jenny kicks in.
we program that and say when the batteries hit 25%, we want the generator to start. When the batteries make it back up to 40%, turn off.
Oh, wow.
And it will do that automatically without you having to touch the generator. So that means if you go on holidays for 3 weeks and it's winter, you know you're going to have a week of bad weather, providing your Jenny's got fuel in it,
Yep.
your system's now automatically going to back itself up and not run out of power. The other thing we run on this is a load shed system, which is when the system gets down to 19%, we're going to stop all the power coming out of the unit.
Yep.
So we don't drain the batteries down past 10%.
Okay. Yep.
It leaves 9% in your batteries just to keep everything ticking along, waiting for the sun to come out.
Yep.
So if your auto start generator, if you've got it hooked up, ran out of fuel, battery went flat, didn't start, or something else, then the load shed contactor is going to kick in if you get down to that 19%, but it should have come on at 25. It's then going to make sure that the system stays alive and everything's got power inside your equipment. You're just going to lose power over at the house for a couple of hours until the sun comes out.
Yep.
If these batteries get down to 10%, which is their shut-off level, you have to go through a physical restart and push the start button on the battery. They want cold start.
Yeah.
So what that means, if we don't put that load shed switch in, the batteries get to 10% because the generator didn't start and they turn themselves off.
Yep.
Until you get back from holidays in another 2 weeks, this system's offline even when the sun comes back
That's
out.
another video. We'll go through that later.
So
Yeah.
these are the things that get
Wow.
built into this to make
Yeah.
sure that you don't end up in a situation where the system turns off and you're out of power.
Yep. Yep.
That's a lot of technical stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not doing any of
How are the
that.
questions?
I can't follow it. It's off its head, yeah.
So
You,
why
you
should
all
we-
need to come back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and sit down,
we'll do a
and
Q&A.
read off a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Okay, we will. Now, last thing. Every battery's got a circuit breaker.
Yes.
Is that just so I can isolate the battery if anything went wrong, or is that just the
It's
protection
more
built
so
in?
protection for the battery
Okay,
itself.
lovely. Yeah.
So it makes sure you can't overdraw on the battery.
Yep.
Because you could physically set this up where you only put one battery in.
Yep.
Hook it up to a 5 or 8 kilowatt inverter, then go run a whole heap of stuff off and drag too much power out of the battery.
Yep.
If it goes to do that and exceeds that breaker's capacity, that breaker will trip.
Yep.
So it's to prevent you from doing damage to the battery. It's not so much from a safety isolation. That's this valve.
Yep.
That's going to disconnect your battery to your entire system. So that's just hit one
Thought
shot,
of
put it
everything.
down.
I love it.
Thought of everything.
Everything. Yeah.
All right, are we done? We'll come back in a minute time. Or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
want to keep going? It's up to you, mate.
No, no.
Well, all right, so
I reckon it might be about time.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm just going to pause this because this has got momentum. I don't want
Start of day 2. Yeah, it's funny. Simon's more excited about today because he gets to do the more technical stuff, as I've got to do more watching today, which bores me. And yesterday was the exciting day because we got the trench and the cabling and all that stuff in there. See the brackets he's got up on the roof there, solar panels up there. Yeah, exciting. Today we will be off grid and we'll be turning on our off-grid solar system. So looking forward to that. And there's just going to be a few live streams in the afternoon, so it'll be another question and answer when Simon's done the majority of the work. So yeah, stay tuned, like, subscribe, follow, enjoy.
thing I'm going to do here, we're just going to make up a lead that's going to connect in to our solar. Fit off a pair of MC4 connectors here. What we're going to do is show you, unlike AC power, like your 240 volt mains power, when you short two cables out on your, take a power point, you get an extension lead, cut it off, and it goes bang. Because as you short that power out, it basically has unlimited current come through until something breaks. That's what your circuit breakers are for. And so if you've got, you cut an extension lead, it goes bang in a big way. There's probably somewhere in order of like 70 to 90 amps coming through that. Even though it's a little 10 amp plug, it drags a huge amount of current, which is what causes the circuit breaker to trip. Now I'll show you what happens with DC. Now, here's a little trick. I'm going to run this as a test. I'm going to short these leads out. I'm not going to have them the same length, because if I let go of that and they're the same length, you'll see the arc will continue to burn down the cable and you basically can't put it out. If I have it different lengths and I let go, they're going to spring back and they're going to have this big air gap between it and it's going to stop arcing out.
Okay, I understand the experiment. I'm scared. Just let everyone know, Simon's done this off his own free will. He mentioned this a couple of days ago, and I was excited now. When I heard the two different lengths of leads for safety.
So every new bloke that we put on, I run through the same thing with them, because I want people to have a very real understanding of the dangers that they're working with.
Can we hold something?
Because getting it wrong, as I said, is the wrong kind of spicy. And the first thing I'm going to do is just check, because I've only got 2 of the 3 leads connected upstairs. So we're just going to check. There we go, we're smack on 200 volts. 200 volts DC. So what we're going to do here, we're going to connect 1, 2. Now in my hand here is 200 volts DC, and that power is what we're going to power the system with. Now there's a little tail hanging off the end of here. This one. There's 200 volts DC on this. That does nothing. Now when you go and take your 2 DC cables and you touch them together, if this was AC, the minute I do this, this goes bang in my hand, right? Nothing happens.
Right.
Right? Yeah. No bang.
Yeah. Oh. Well, that's interesting. So it's the opposite, kind of. And that's
they're
pure
that far apart and they're arcing.
Solar panel alone.
That's 4 panels.
4 sun, just
and we're cloudy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's impressive, isn't it?
So
yeah.
it's a welding spark to look at.
Are the leads getting hot in your hand?
Not yet, they will.
Yeah.
If I keep doing that, that'll get hot.
Yeah.
So what happens is you can smell the heat, and that's like real soft rubber at the end now because the heat that's generating. That's about a 3,000 degree burn.
Oh, geez.
Right? That's going to melt steel. It'll melt your aluminium. It'll melt glass. So when this catches fire in your roof because you buggered up your connections and this arcs. Now remember, down here on the cable, this is side by side. They're that far apart. We just had that arcing that far apart.
Yep.
Now if you notice, I can sit them almost touching. Nothing happens.
Yep. You've got to make a circuit and then break it.
Contact.
Yep.
Tiny little spark.
Yep.
And then away goes that
crazy.
That arc. That
awesome,
far apart.
Yeah.
And it's arcing. Because the sun just came out, we've got a bit more juice out of it.
Oh my gosh.
It's instantaneous like that. Instantaneous.
Yeah, there's that much
cloud
difference.
goes. Yeah, wow.
So this is
Mate, there's your next short, Simon.
Yeah,
Isn't it,
this
mate?
is definitely a short.
That's impressive.
Now we're getting back into full sun. Look what we can get out of it now. This is starting to get warm, but ready? The wind's blowing it, which is blowing the arc out, but if we can get that.
Oh, I can smell it. All
Yeah.
that burning.
Hang on, wait a minute. Who's paying for all this electricity?
Yes, right. From wearing the panels out. The reason that this demonstration is so powerful for people to understand is this is what's sitting on 4 panels. This is a little system with 12 panels.
Yeah.
You've got that times 3 coming out of that system. If we stuff up the cabling up there, if we don't do a connection or a termination right, you can get a high resistive joint which creates heat. That'll eventually melt and fail. That creates that gap. With DC, the minute you create that gap, it shorts out because something broke, and then we get that. That burn is going to cook through your roof, it's going to cook through your cabling, it will burn all the way back down from the roof, back through your system, it'll nuke everything inside your system. If this is connected to your house
Out of battery.
roof, and this runs through, oh, was that your live?
Yeah.
That's right. We can
Yeah, we'll continue.
we can come back. So that's why that is such a critical thing to be watching for doing your solar right.
Yeah, that's gone.
So
Yeah.
It's a very visual aid. And I think what needs to be mentioned is, while this is a controlled environment and you're a sparky, you know what you're doing and there's not a lot of noise, imagine that was on your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah? Or that circle was running through you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's in this controlled environment, it's a lot different, isn't it, to what the real life application would be?
Yes. And a lot of people just don't understand how much power they're actually playing with. Like, oh, it's just DC. Oh, it's just a couple of panels.
Well, I agree. I didn't think you'd be getting that arc, that spark.
Yeah.
When you literally connected them, walked down the stairs, within 3 minutes of them collecting, that's the damage. Yeah. Impressive.
Oh, we're going to have so many upset people.
Do you want to hook into my battery?
This is pretty much, well, very close to the last video we'll be making today, because this is the end of day 2 now. As you can see, Simon furiously working in the old meter supply mains meter board, but pretty much now we're done. He's got all the solar panels on the roof, he's run all the corrie and the conduit, and he's explained all that in the videos. We've seen a very funky science trick which you can watch. The cabinet's over there, the earth stakes in there, the batteries are all half charged. Yeah, we've done the trench, we've run the supply, backfilled like where Simon's standing right now. And 2 days Simon's been on site now, but 12 or 15 months Lisa and I have been thinking about this, but yeah, finally now we're going to be off grid. So no more bills, which we want, no more meter reader on our site, which we want, no more power supply interruptions. So no, it's good. It's yeah, I sleep very good tonight knowing that we're off grid, because our water comes from the creek and a natural spring, and just to have the water coming, electricity from the sun is awesome. So thank you, Simon, mate, much appreciated.
Our final step,
fantastic.
100% off
the
grid.
unit looks very, very sexy. We're very happy with that, and yeah, we just can't wait to when you've done your magic to flick the switch, and we're going to go and no more meter ticking over in there, and
No.
going to be
So-
off grid.
So when our soon-to-be old electricity company comes to do the reading, that's our final read, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The journey, you know, we fixed up our water and we got that off grid, and we're slowly getting the animals and we're slowly growing our own veggies and stuff. But yeah, the energy, this is the big one. So yeah, no longer them yucky fossil fuels burning, and no worries about the carbon footprint, and we don't have to worry about the taxes and rebates and incentives and all the other junk stuff. We can just ignore it all. So yeah, if the sun comes up, I'll be able to cook me
We've got
toast and
power.
turn on the TV. Yeah, so.
All right. Well, in a couple of minutes, we'll be back on the live.
Good.
With our power back on.